Vega says we should get Ninjala on our Switches for the cafe. The game is solid and it's free.
Free, there you go.
It's
Johnny
free.
can't
Good.
argue with
Yep,
free.
that's done. Brilliant. We'll sort that out then. Excellent. Right. So it's taken us 40 minutes to go through our first of each of our 3 best single-player games on the Switch. So I'll try and speed it up a little bit for our remaining 2 games.
Well, you should have started with Breath of the Wild. This is all your fault.
And the Xenoblade as well. We talked about Xenoblade for like 3 times as long. But that's okay, because they're good games. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
Exactly.
My one's going to be quick, because I'm going to be boring. But I don't care, because it's one of my favourites. And simply say Mario Odyssey, because I love it. It's brilliant. It's
But
a
you can play
fantastic
that with
3D
2
Mario
players.
game. Oh, not properly. Not properly. It's like little brother or sister is player 2 playing as Cappy, so it doesn't
what's wrong
count.
with little brother or sister?
Nothing at all, really. But at the same time, I played it as a single-player game, and so that's how I perceived it. So I'm saying Mario Odyssey, and I love it, and it's brilliant, and it's just like every other Mario game. What more? There's not really much to say that everyone doesn't already know.
Did you get all the balloons? I didn't. I couldn't be bothered.
No, because I completed it before they did the balloon DLC stuff. So
I'd
already kind of done with it.
Sorry, not the thing. No, where you get all the 100 whatever they are to make your balloon gold and big.
You mean
The moons?
Oh, all the moons.
Oh, the moons!
The moons.
That's what they are. I can't
Yes, I
remember.
got I got the 1,000 moons. I have a gold balloon. Yes, and then I stopped, and then they did the DLC. But yeah, but yeah, I really liked it, and there was definitely a lot of moons that were a little bit naff to get, but on the whole, it was a thoroughly enjoyable game, and I loved it. But then
that jump rope challenge.
apart from things like the jump rope challenge, in fact, actually, in the interests of transparency, my jump rope challenge. Who did I get to do the jump rope challenge? It might have been young Owen, and I'm pretty sure that Gav, when he worked at the cafe, he did some of the Cooper races because they were horrific. Yes. I hated them, but yeah. So yeah, I'm saying Mario. Would anyone like to disagree with me that Mario Odyssey is not a good game?
It's all right, but it's Mario.
What's wrong with it, Bill? What's wrong? Oh my God's sake! Go on then, tell me why I'm wrong again.
It was the reason I bought a Switch.
I'm glad we can't hear you very well, Bill.
And again, there's nothing wrong with change. Nothing wrong with change. But there again, changes that I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that every 5 steps I took, it went, have a moon, have a moon, have a moon.
Yeah.
Well, it does at the start.
Earning anything. I am literally just taking 2 steps and suddenly they give me stuff.
To start with, yes.
I didn't like the amount of walking I had to do to get anywhere. And trust me,
Mario done lazy.
I literally did everything in that game, and I muscled through it, and there was some great highlights, don't get me wrong. But as far as Mario 3D World and all the stuff that came before it, this was one too many changes too much. Sorry.
Okay.
Did you get like the feeling from Mario Odyssey that there were aspects of it where you thought, oh, this is going to go open world? It's like, nah, just nothing over here. We just made the canvas a bit bigger so you could run around the desert a little bit more.
You know the levels, the types of levels in them, they were just listed. So that desert level, I had to walk 10 minutes to get to one place.
10 minutes. Oh my
Yes,
God.
you can teleport, and I know someone will say that, but it's it just there was too much faff to make the game longer, and I just wasn't earning anything. It was just, what was it, 999 moons in the game in total?
Yeah, but I think to finish the game you need about 400 or something. Bill, it does sound like you're slightly drowning. You do sound a little bit underwater. So
oh really?
I don't know if you can take out your mic, plug it back in again or something. But and Jewel Knight in the chat says this guy really hates changes to new games. Bill's traditional. He's traditional.
I don't change, but on this occasion, that's the good thing about change. When they change something, you're going to either love it or you're going to hate it. And I am more up for them changing more and more stuff. But it doesn't mean that you're always going to like what they change. If they put F-Zero on bikes, floating cars, would everybody like it? I don't think so, but it would be
I'm just
interesting enough
imagining
to
a
get moving.
disproportionate Captain Falcon on a little moped, zooming along Mute City. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Tom,
There's,
what
I
if you
mean,
jump out and jump back in and see if it fits?
Bill's drowning a little bit more, I think.
Bill just asked if you want him to jump out and then come back in again to see if that helps.
Any other quick thoughts on Mario before we move on?
Mario games are really boring, and they're not fun to play. Like, they're a slog.
I think visually, Mario Odyssey is beautiful. The first few levels when you play around, you're like, this is nice to like. But then after a while, you are like, yes, I've played this game before. It's just in a different skin. It's a pretty skin, and you could see how much love for the franchise itself went into the game, like New Donk City and the music and things going 2D. Although that reminded me of Link Between Worlds. So you can see that it's a game that had a lot of love and passion put into it, and I really appreciate that. And it's definitely one that I would recommend as a family title. But for me personally, I'm not as in love with the Mario series as other Nintendo series. My favourite would be Sunshine because for nostalgia purposes, basically. But otherwise, I'm not a hardcore Mario fan. I can settle with Mario Kart. If you told me that the only Mario game I could play ever again was Mario Kart, but yeah, that's fine. Don't need them 3D platformers. I'm good.
Okay. Who else would like to suggest a single-player Switch game?
Ash!
Me.
Go on, Ash.
I am suggesting the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy that is available on Switch. It's a really good visual novel style game. It's got really good gameplay sections, especially from the second game onwards, where it was a bit more in depth because you had the Cyclops and stuff like that. Story is really interesting. It's got humor, drama, supernatural elements to it. It's kind of a mishmash of everything. There's lots of anime tropes. The pun names are fantastic. If I remember correctly, there is someone called Luke at me, and he likes to be the center of attention. So yeah, the Phoenix Wright games are my next choice.
Awesome. Jewel Knight says that he should be added in Smash. Okay. That's what everyone says. I haven't played any of the Phoenix Wright games. I've watched you play them, and I've watched your streams, Ash. I would like to give it a go at some point. I enjoyed what I've seen of it.
They are
Just
on
with a time
PS4
thing.
store, aren't they, Ash?
They're on
they
multiple
really?
platforms.
At
Yeah.
the moment, I think the trilogy is cheaper on the PS4 store.
Probably.
Because I've seen it in
know
the
that.
Switch eShop sales quite a lot, but I think PlayStation has like permanently deducted it to what Switch sells as a sale price. But the things with Switch, you are paying for handheld tax.
Yes.
Yes, the Switch tax.
Yes.
All right, cool. Have you played Phoenix Wright, Bill? Bill's completely drowned. We literally can't hear a word you're saying, Bill. Sorry.
I can vaguely hear Bill.
You're going to need
I
to
can
learn like
translate,
semaphore,
Bill.
get some flags or something. Yeah, try that. Try that. It'll mess up the layout of the stream. Go for it. There we go.
Emily? Oh, I thought Emily had gone as well.
No, it's all good. I'm just slightly split. There we go. Cut it from the edit, Ash. There we go.
Any better?
Oh yes, that is
Right.
better.
Yes.
Yay!
It's
What were you?
classic Discord
What were you
gremlins.
saying, Bill?
I played all the Phoenix Wrights except for the latest 3DS one, I think it was, which was download only. Love it.
No.
They're really, really good. I think the first one is the best for anything and more than just the movie. I think they get a bit wacky later on. But,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like the first one, you're kind of telling Phoenix Wright that I know who did this. Trust me, if you just follow my line of thought processes, you'll understand it as well, Phoenix. Because I talk to video game characters because I'm weird like that. But in the second and third one, it seems to be more the other way around. Like Phoenix goes, "I've worked this out," and you're like, "What? He killed him with a banana on a fish hook? That doesn't make any sense." But Phoenix knows it makes sense, and he's got some idea how he's going to make it make sense, which is a bit more wacky.
Yeah, I find with the later Phoenix Wright games, I know what's happened already. Like I know the answer, but I'm 2 steps ahead of the game. So, so I have to go through I have to show my working for the game to let me. Whereas
Classic
in
maths questions.
Whereas in earlier games, it was very much a case of you didn't necessarily have to show your working. There was like different things you could show at different times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely want to pick it up. I keep saying that. I know I do, and I will get round to it. I will. I think it's going to be one of those like winter games that I play where I'm all tuckled in early in a hibernation state, and I can just have something handheld that I can read and just go through and make me feel like I'm smart.
Kisra
Yeah, and if you get
confirms.
stuck, just look online. Just look online. Don't worry about it. Don't get stuck for hours staring at screens. Just go online.
Google
Just
it.
Google it.
Kisra confirms that Phoenix Wright Trilogy is currently on sale until the 8th of July at £13.49 on the PlayStation 4. There we go. Who's next? Emily or Bill?
Bill's
What's your
next.
second recommendation
Me.
for good single-player Switch games? Go!
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can deal with that.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening. Because Xenoblade is like over 200 hours long. I like another quick game. I used to play this on the Game Boy Advance. The only thing it's, the Game Boy. The thing that stuck me from playing it again was the graphics and how difficult it got more to play. When they remade it and made it easier to play with some quality of life changes and stuff like that, I think it's long enough. It's a good fun playthrough to get 100% on. It's very bright and colourful. Battle system's really good. Some really good bosses. Yeah, it's nice and easy, and it's not really that much of a challenge, but I could quite easily play this 10, 20, 30 times and, still enjoy it every time. So, yeah, Link's Awakening.
Cool.
Appreciate about this game.
How long is the playthrough of Link's Awakening?
If you are very good and know everything, you can do it in a matter of hours. But if you want to get like a normal person playing, I'd probably say a good, 10 hours maybe?
Is that
Like,
really all it is?
Yeah, I mean, you will get stuck. So if you get stuck
What if-
and you don't know
so
where
for
you're
me
going to go...
playing it for the first time, because I didn't play the Game Boy version, if I got it, in fact, I've literally got it right here as with the Cafe Switch games, but I've never touched it.
Right.
If I went into it completely blind, how long is it going to take me to get through it?
You could be there for 20 hours if you got stuck. Dungeons are not difficult. Once you're in a dungeon, you're fine. You can work those puzzles out. And yeah, there's a couple that might trick you, but when you're trying to figure out what item you've got to give to next to get the next key item to open the next dungeon, you could be stuck there for quite a few hours. But there's loads of other things that distract you. But
Okay.
if you're using a guide just to get you over those little bits that would normally take you hours on a Game Boy, I'd say 12 hours is about right.
Okay. Have you played this one, Ash?
No, because I don't really like Zelda games in general.
There is that, yes. How could I possibly forget? Who's next then? Emily?
Me.
Give
Should I
your
do
second
screen sharey things again?
Oh, go for it. We've got...
okay,
Go for it.
I
Yeah.
can do- it's a trailer. Don't put me
Oh,
on
it's
a
a trailer? I'm not putting it on a
Okay.
timer.
Wait,
I'm putting it on mute on my screen share on YouTube.
All right.
Surely we can go for a bit longer though,
Yeah,
John.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
it's
like
fine.
a big deal.
Yeah, it's all good.
Right, I'm going to turn my screen share. Another puzzler for you, which I've shared a few times with people. Don't know why it keeps asking me permission to share my screen every time I share my screen. Now, let me full screen this.
Oh, I've seen this.
Great. I've
Oh, that's
played
fantastic.
this.
I didn't see what it was. What is this?
Gree. It's pronounced Gree, isn't it? This, to me, is like a really appropriate game to play if you've ever had any kind of dealings with grief or any kind of trauma or mental health, challenge in your life. This game just feels like a lovely metaphor for that. This character, she's going through her world and all the colour is taken out of it. And as you go through all these puzzles and platforms, and I'll put this on mute, but the music's delightful, you go on a quest to bring the colour back into her world. And as the colours return, like different platforms and details appear. It doesn't last too long a game, but it's just one of those another illustrated, painted game where you just can't help but appreciate the work of, the artists and designers behind it. I would absolutely recommend this game. For me, it reminded me of Child of Light, just that kind of similar feeling and atmosphere. So, yeah. How long's this trailer going for? We've got a few more seconds, but it's on the eShop. Don't know how much it is. However much it is, it's worth it.
It looks like Journey crossed with Epic Mickey.
I've never played Epic Mickey, that game. Oh, don't do a walkthrough. No.
Epic Mickey was like the really naff Mickey Mouse game on the Wii, but you had to like bring colour back to the world. I'm sure this is absolutely nothing like it. But yeah, that looks quite cool actually. Is that another one that I can hire off you?
Yes, I have. Yes, for £3.50 an hour.
Oh, it's more expensive. Prices going up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Either of you guys
good.
played or seen these at all? Ash, Bill?
My wife played through it, so you've made my wife very, very happy, Emily. That's one of her favourite games, and the music is wonderful. And if you have had that kind of trouble, you were spot on. If you've had any kind of trouble in your life, like mental anguish or anything like that, it will resonate with you a lot, and it can get quite emotional, sort of playing through it and seeing it. It's like someone's overcoming adversity in a video game, and anybody who's into that kind of lovely art style and realistic, if anyone's played Celeste, which is again deals with mental anguish, it's like that but with a very unique art style, where the beats of the game will really resonate with you, and that overcoming that challenge will bring a tear to your eye. It certainly has.
Awesome. Thoughts on that, Ash?
I think that's...
Well, I've not played it, but I know I want to play it because it looks really nice. I watched the Zero Punctuation review of it, and it's not often that I'll watch Yahtzee's reviews and want to play a game, but I wanted to play this game, so I'm in.
For me, I don't know. I'm just one of those people. I know I bang on about, oh, I liked how this looked, but I suppose because I'm a photographer, so I love how things look anyway. But it's nice when you see something that it looks great, but you do kind of like get absorbed with the storyline and the mechanics of the game. It's not just that it looks good; it is engaging as you play it when you're solving puzzles and journeys along the way. And it's very abstract as well. When I played it, I still wasn't quite sure where I was going, if I was going in the right direction, taking her somewhere. She was all right with it. She was cool with it. We got on. We had a good time on the road. So, yeah. Buy it. John.
All right. I will hire it from you, and I shall give it a go.
No, you will buy it. You'll buy it so everybody who comes to the cafe can play it.
It really can't be that expensive. It's like a little indie game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got
Exactly,
to
it's
be
an
10
indie
max or something like that.
Yeah.
We will of course, once we are reopened, from the 23rd of July, did I mention that? We will look to add some new things to our libraries as well, so everyone can be incentivised to come and see us once the doors are reopened. So we will certainly add that to the list, alright? And...
Your final suggestion, John?
That's it, yeah, on to our final suggestion of our 3 favourite single-player Switch games. Again, mine is quite a boring selection, but I just love the pair of games, and it's a little bit cheaty because it's not really Switch exclusive, but it's close enough. Bayonetta 2. Huge fan of the original Bayonetta.
I can hear kids around cheering.
You can literally hear it out of the windows, can't you, from miles away. I'm a huge fan of the first Bayonetta on 360. The PS3 version had a few issues, but doesn't matter. And then, of course, Bayonetta 2 was exclusive to the Wii U, and obviously has been re-released on the Switch. And I absolutely love both games. I think the second one is technically better than the first. The first probably had more impact just because it was the first of the series and introduced everything. The second one is generally more of the same, but I just love how it's just presented in such a very polished way. It's such a polished game, and the fact that it's only available on Wii U/Switch is a real draw, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like the controls. It's one of the best third-person hack and slash adventures going, so any fans of things like Devil May Cry, stuff like that, will be instantly at home. I love all the little Sega throwback references that it puts in the games as well, and yeah, great characters, great gameplay, loved it. It's brilliant. Everyone should play Bayonetta 2, or at least the very first one.
I've
Either
never
of them
played
really.
Bayonetta.
What?
Don't,
John, you can't say that because there are so many
Yeah,
games that
that's
you
true.
haven't played.
Thank you, Ash. Thank you. I don't know why. It's one of those games you hear about and you're going, I will get round to playing that.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, and I know it's a time-intensive game, and I've got the first Xenoblade to play, so we'll get there. We'll get there gradually.
Kizra says in the chat, if you're still selling games when Bayonetta 3 gets a release, you can assume I want the most expensive special edition they release. Just to point out, Nintendo don't set the prices themselves. The retailers are actually free to set their own prices. So Kizra, going by what you said there, I will sell you a standard edition, but just make it really expensive, and you'll be alright with that, yeah?
John confesses to scalping on stream. Brilliant.
Supply and demand.
And that was the failing of the business.
Yeah, that's why we're closed now. Anyone else played Bayonetta 2?
Yes, I have, and it's fantastic, and it's a great game. And finally, John, I agree with you.
Yes, somebody.
One of your choices. It is a bit raunchy, so sometimes that can be a bit a put off for some people, and the combo system can put off some of the other side of things. But if you're ever a fan of Devil May Cry, or you want something a bit different in the same genre, then Bayonetta is definitely there. They a huge increase to the architecture and the levels in Bayonetta 2 over the first one, what the game looked like. But yeah, I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it's a great series, and a great pick, John. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done, John.
Thanks. Who's next?
Me.
Ash.
So I was going to be like really, really cheaty and say Skyrim as my last one, but I'm actually going to be basic instead and say Pokemon Sword and Shield, because Pokemon is my favorite game series on Nintendo consoles. It's that good. I have a Pokemon tattoo, so I feel like I have to say Pokemon anyway. And Sword and Shield specifically took a lot of what I didn't like about Sun and Moon, binned it, and brought back the good stuff, which is what... So yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield is my last recommendation.
Awesome.
Which you've still got to play, John.
I know, I've got to do Let's Go first, though. I want that introduction game doing Let's Go.
You did an introduction, though. Ash,
Yeah, but I didn't finish it, though. I need to play through the whole of it. Actually,
Don't give him more games to play, because he's supposed to be playing Final Fantasy 14.
This is true. I'm building up to FF14.
The promises. And I asked him if he'd watch All Stars 5, and he hasn't yet.
He didn't watch season 12 either.
I think I got him to watch the Jeff Goldblum episode. I thought if he was going to watch one thing, it'd be Jeff Goldblum, because that was a good episode to watch. Did you like it, John?
I like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, so.
Next week's Yeet or Neat is going to be RuPaul's Drag Race. There we go.
Sorted.
Poor John.
Yeah, Sword and Shield.
This is what I have to do with every day, Bill.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
You've done it yourself.
Yeah, I bought the expansion pass with Sword and Shield, but I really haven't dipped my toe into it that much as I thought I would do. It's out, and I've been going around the new area, but I've got all my pumped up Pokemon that I've already got up to level 100, and we're just going around catching new Pokemon with the Quick Ball, and I feel like I've nerfed it. So anyone playing the expansion pass, I need to plug my laptop in soon. If you want to make it a little bit more tricky for yourself, use the new area to buff up your newbies in your squad. Otherwise, you'll cheese it so quickly. But I enjoy shiny hunting in Sword and Shield. That's my pastime. Hatching eggs until that shiny appears, like 2,000 eggs later. That's happened twice.
So you're saying that because obviously I'm, pretty lame, pretty inexperienced when it comes to Pokemon games. Should I jump right in with Sword and Shield, or should I go with something like Let's Go, because I know obviously that's like a remake of originals and stuff?
No, Let's Go is so different mechanically to like a regular Pokemon game. Yes, it's a remake of Yellow, but there's because it's mostly the Joy-Con and you throw the ball like that, and it's a bit different. I would highly recommend just starting with Sword and Shield.
Okay.
It was my nephew's first Pokemon game, and he's doing fine, John. So if he can do it, you can do it. Perhaps we can do this on stream with you next
I have
week.
them right here, so I could definitely do it.
for our next Nintendo hour, we'll take John through the first hour of Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Okay, maybe.
You asked for
I'll
it.
consider it. I'll consider
It's
it.
honestly every game, every Pokemon game holds your hand for the first hour. So I'm just trying to plug my laptop in, and my socket is behind my bed.
Can I make a suggestion for that stream?
Yeah.
Can you dress John up as Ash as well? Is that at all possible?
You can have my big Pikachu!
Okay. Well, I dressed up like Tom Nook. How Ash can't be any worse, can it? I did Tom Nook for Animal Crossing.
John Nook.
Lewis says, no, go back to Gen 4 or 5. The newer ones, except Sun and Moon, are wasting your time, including Sword and Shield.
He hasn't got a DS. We've got.
Yeah, we have to work on a Switch, Lewis. Trust me, if I could get John to play Diamond and Pearl, I would, but we only have a Switch.
Okay. Only one tweeting says, pumping up Pokemon, in reference to Emily's previous quote, just made me think of a bicycle pump, pumping up Jigglypuff. Okay.
Oh, that's a lovely visual.
Vagrus says, Sword and Shield is straightforward for a mainline game. Stegosaurus says, one of them needs to be in your Switch, John, referring to my games. Okay. Bill, your thoughts on Sword and Shield?
I've not played it. I think you're either in with Pokemon now or you're out. I cashed out probably. I don't know what girls you got. Might have to help me out here. Which came later? Was it the remake of Gold and Silver, or was it Pearl and Diamond?
Gold and Silver was 2010. Diamond and Pearl, I think, was like 2007.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Gold and Silver was the last one I played. I tried a few afterwards that, like Black and White and stuff like that, and they've gone down a route which is more about the world, breeding Pokemon, evolving Pokemon, that kind of stuff. I always like the battles and getting the gym badges. And without taking too much time, because we've talked about this in previous streams, I would much rather make my own gym and run my own gym as a gym leader, have people try to win the badge, that kind of stuff, and have people act as my sort of minions in my gym to defend me and someone compete for my gym badge than I would about what they've decided to do with Pokemon. But that, again, personal preference.
That's the announcement we wanted last week and didn't get.
No, I wanted Gen 4 remakes.
Oh,
Sod Pokemon Unite. I wanted Gen 4 remakes.
One day. Maybe Christmas.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We still don't know what the big Nintendo game is for this Christmas, do we?
Pokemon Unite.
I think it's your Mario 3D collection you talked about, John.
Yeah, it'll be the Mario stuff.
As in, like the Mario All Stars 2, like the Galaxy and this and the other.
Remember when they did Mario All Stars as a big Christmas game and it actually worked and everybody went nuts for it?
Oh, on the Wii, yeah. And
On the Wii,
these are
goodness,
literally
that.
NES and SNES games.
Yeah, we couldn't believe it. We were shaking our heads like people are literally wanting to. They were going to like CX and paying double just to get it, and it's like, buy the SNES.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did they put anything special in with it apart from the case looking pretty in red? There was something else, wasn't there, that was slung in there? Was it a soundtrack CD or something? I don't know. There's something.
There was an artbook and a soundtrack CD, but the soundtrack CD, like 10 of the tracks, was just literally Mario Jump, Mario Hits Block, Mario.
Yeah, it was sound effects as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
It's over there.
We've got 2 games left. Emily or Bill, who's going to go first?
You reckon, Emily?
You go, Bill.
Yeah, okay, so I'm choosing this because this game gets no love. It was a lot of fun. It was very controversial when it first came out. I'll keep seeing it getting cheaper and cheaper in the shop, and no one still buys it. I am choosing Mario.
Yes!
Mario Rabbids.
Yes!
Okay.
Because it is so funny. It was fun. It was different. I mean, if you like XCOM, you're going to be familiar with it. But I laughed so much playing it. It was such a challenge in places. And, building your own sort of RPG. Anybody who keeps asking for Mario RPG games, it's here. Play it.
It just came out with rabbits.
Yeah, I know it's got rabbits on it, and we all got burnt with the Wii in the amount of rabbits game that came out. But trust me, this is where they should have taken rabbits, and it works so well. My only complaint with it is they didn't really sort of finish it. The story just doesn't have any resolution. They just ends with a joke, and I guess they're waiting for a sequel. I don't know. But
that's a classic rabbits game thing, though.
Well, maybe.
Honestly, though, for me, adding the rabbits into it was just such a breath of fresh air for the Mario franchise, because Rabbid Peach is
Yeah.
is my favourite character, because she's an Instagram queen, and at every moment, even when she's about to die or get eaten, she quickly takes a selfie. There she is. I've got Rabbid Yoshi somewhere over there. Hang on, I think I can reach.
I am a rabbit.
I don't know. I'm just gonna sit here.
Here's Rabbid Yoshi.
Awesome.
Ah,
And he's feral, but he's a good lad.
You might say he's a bit rabid.
He is a bit rabid. So yeah, honestly, I second that. We had James from Ubisoft come with that, if you remember, John, a couple of years ago now.
yes, we had a couple of reps from Ubisoft come to the cafe and they showed it off, didn't they?
Yeah, it did go down a treat. It's just I just think it didn't maybe have enough PR push behind it after it came out. I think it deserved more of a push, and it didn't get it, because that would have been an ideal holiday release, and I think they released it at some weird time like September or October, which isn't for me like peak purchasing time.
The Donkey Kong DLC for it is really good as well. Like all the
Okay.
extra content
Oh, yeah,
they
they did
released
come
after.
forward, didn't
That was really funny, and yeah, if you haven't picked it up, it's super cheap now online, and you will lose a weekend and laugh the whole time, because it is a really good game.
All right then.
Play it, John, because you've got a copy, haven't you?
I don't know if but somewhere maybe possibly. I think.
If not, get them for the cafe, because it's worth it.
All right then. I'll add that to my list.
Yes. Everyone get your requests in.
Not as if you got a business to run, John.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. It's not like I've just committed to reopening my business in 2 weeks. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll find time for all of these games that we've mentioned tonight. Don't you worry, I'm sure.
Right.
There we go. We've got one game
Last
left.
game?
One game
Yeah,
left
I'll
to
do-
talk about.
I'll turn on screen share again, and I'll put on a trailer again, because why not?
All right then.
It's more interesting than
No,
just.
this
a
is good. I'm
picture, isn't
liking
it?
this level of, professionalism that we've got going on here.
Clearly, I was the only one that wasn't told in advance because I didn't prepare anything.
I didn't.
No,
really,
John asked me.
I
John
didn't really
asked me
know
like
either.
5 minutes before the stream. He asked, "What are we doing again?" And I was like, "I told you it was blah 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 blah." And
We
he's
didn't.
like, "Oh,
We mentioned it, I think, on the stream last week.
Did we?
I think so.
I asked you in the stream last week to shout it out." That was during
Oh.
Mario Kart though, so
It's
I
all
think it
good.
was all a
We're
blur.
there now. I'm watching this
Anyway.
trailer now. What's this?
This is called Yoku's Island Express, and it is a sort of open world RPG pinball game where you are Yoku, who is an ant. He's just taken over the role as a postman on the island, delivering the mail to everybody. And he gets around with this little pinball. But I can't really remember all of the plot line, but basically there's people have maybe lost items or things like that, and he's got to go around making these deliveries and solving these mysteries, unlocking areas, and it's just like a giant pinball machine, this game, and it's adorable. And it was a game that, do you know what, I actually think, because this is by Team 17, Nintendo Norwich, I got sent a code for it, and I played it thinking, oh, I don't know if this will be my kind of thing, but I'll see what the guys think of it. And I played it all weekend. It's very relaxing, and if you like pinball and you like a bit of storyline, this is perfect for you. Really interesting to play.
What's it called?
Yoku's Island Express.
Yoku's. Okay. I like
YOKU. There you go. There's the title card.
it.
But yeah, he's like an ant attached to a pinball, so you've got all that kind of gravity mechanics to work with as well. Yep.
Great.
I'll come back to you now. So yeah,
You have returned.
that's like the closest thing I have on my Switch to Pokemon Pinball. Which, oh, that'd be a good game for Christmas. No, we won't get it. We
Is
won't
there
get
a
it.
Pokemon pinball game?
There is on like the Game Boys.
Not on the Switch.
Yes, there's the Ruby and Sapphire one, which don't play on a micro because the screen's too small
No.
to play pinball on. And then there's obviously original pinball where you catch the Pokemon.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So
Cool.
try out Yoku.
All right. How do I spell that? I'm just going to throw that in the chat real quick. So I can look through it.
YOKU
YOKU
apostrophe S
apostrophe S.
Island Express.
Island.
He's basically the Yodel
There we
of
go.
this island.
Cool. I like that.
I don't know how much it
That's
costs.
everything then, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
John is googling intently.
I am. Bear with.
You know when you look at the reflection of someone's glasses, you're like, what are they looking at? I
are they looking
can
at?
just see writing on their glasses.
I'm
That's
seeing
why
who.
I do not wear my glasses on
I'm planning
stream.
for the end of the stream, so I know who we can send a raid off to. Seeing which of our friends are online at the moment.
Oh, how many names have you learnt for 17, by the way, John?
Oh, yes.
Not
None.
East 17.
None. It was literally like last night, wasn't it?
Was it? Oh,
Was
time passes.
Was it
so
last night or the
quickly.
night before? I can't even remember.
It was Tuesday night, but I
Today's
will
Wednesday.
I
Oh,
will
last
let
night.
you know that I learned all 13 members' names in under 24 hours. And could match them to their faces.
Thank you for the new subscription from there. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce your name, if it's there or there. But
Thank you.
cool name, and thank you very much for your subs. That is now the end of the show. We have now gone through all 3 of our recommendations for single-player Switch games. What are we going to talk about on next Wednesday's Nintendo show?
Oh, I thought we
You're
were
playing Pokemon.
I'm playing Pokemon.
you're going through the first
Is
hour
that
whilst
really what we're
we
doing?
talk- Yes, whilst we talk about the good old days of Pokemon and we make sure that you
I'm
make
up-
the
I'm
right
up for that.
choices.
I'll bring my Gen 4 Pokemon with me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We can live with that.
You make John memorise the words to the Poke Rap.
Oh, yes!
Yes! Then he doesn't have an excuse for not knowing any names of Pokemon.
Next week is basically where we brainwash John into liking Pokemon.
We all had to learn every week. Every week they gave
We
us, what was it,
did.
15 names, 20 names, and every week we learned a few more.
Mhm.
John's got
Yeah.
to do-
Yeah,
got to
okay.
start all-
All right.
We had to learn who that Pokemon was, you
It's
know.
on Spotify.
You can watch the series on Netflix.
You
Now
can
that would be
Indigo
funny.
League.
Oof.
If we had silhouettes of Pokemon, and because John knows no names of Pokemon, he'd have to make them up. He has to give us an answer.
Yeah. That's the
All right,
content
well,
we
we're
need.
That's fantastic. Pokemon stream next week, guys!
There you
Vegas
go.
wants to murder me in double battles. Oh my god. Everyone's just going to beat me up.
Be
basically, aren't
gentle. Baby steps for John, okay?
they? Right, so all that's left to do is to say thank you very much to Ash and Emily and Bill. We'll be back again, well, every night really, because we're doing this every night, aren't we? But the next Nintendo one will be next Wednesday. Tomorrow
Yeah.
I'll be joined by Norwich Amiga Group, and we'll be playing some old school Amiga stuff. Tonight we're going to attempt to raid Lyra GP.
GP
And
streaming?
GP is streaming, Big Smash player. He is streaming actually for his workplace, the Carnage in Thetford.
Carnage.
He's doing He's currently in the middle of a 24-hour charity gaming marathon in support of I think it's Age Concern UK. So please do go and send your best wishes to GP from One Life Left. And that's it. We'll make that raid go live now, and that will now be the end of the show. Thank you all very much. And goodbye.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Cheers.